Mika, I'd like to ask you a little about the commercial side of ancient art. Now, we've seen a lot of art in the Allard Pearson that is always in cases, you know. Here you have it, actually, people can come in and look at it and hold it and buy it if they really wanted to. Could you tell us a little about what a person might expect to be able to collect if they came into your shop?
Just like they come into the museum, they come in here. They find the objects also in cases, but I can open it and I can let them see it from very close view and touch it and hold it. Like, for instance, I hold this very small baboon, Egyptian amulet, actually, like we've seen on the exhibition as well. And you can hold this. It's not only in the case, it's also in your hand if you want to.
Now tell me, how old is this object, and what does something like this cost someone if they wanted to come in and look at it?
Well, this is from the Ptolemaic period, that is to say 3rd till 1st century BC. You can conclude that from the color of the green, the color of the faience, and that's a very handy sort of criterion. And it cost 2,250 guilders. Then it's yours.
Well, for something
that old,
almost 2,000 years old, it's only a guilder a year.
Oh yeah, you see it that way.
So, as we saw in the exhibition, the baboon and the monkey were held sacred in Egypt. When you find objects, are there special collectors that like baboons or like that as a portion of their collection? Is it a unique thing?
Yeah, there are some collectors who only go for baboons or apes or whatever, or a special sort of animal. For instance, the cat is very famous, and a lot of people love cats, especially the bronze ones, but also the small amuletic ones. Yeah, cats is maybe the most favorite animal from Egyptian art.
Now, we saw in the exhibition that there were these containers that actually were used to house the organs of the embalmed priest or whoever the person was. Yeah. Do you ever get any of those?
Yeah, I happen to have a set of 3 of these canopic jars, they call it. There should be 4 because they should be the 4 sons of Horus. And one of them was the baboon as a protector of the lungs. And it was, I have it here, a container, a vase, a jar, with the lid carved in the shape, in this case, of a baboon. And he was called Hapi, and he was the protector of the lungs. Now, in the 18th dynasty, there was this tradition that you take out 4 organs of a person that was dead, and you put it in a jar. But later, they sort of dumped that tradition in a way that they let the organs in the body. But they had to give the jars into the grave, because it was tradition that a person should have these protectors with him in the grave. But they were so clever, these Egyptians, that they gave the jars with the dead body, but they were sort of dummies, as they call it, because they didn't hollow it out anymore, like here. And I think that was a very clever thing.
Well, certainly saved some work, huh?
Yeah. Why do bother? And well, this one, the Hapi jar, stood for the lungs.
Now, I know you have some beautiful Egyptian objects here in your shop. Do you have things other than just Egypt? Could somebody that was interested, say, in Greece or Rome, also find things here?
Yeah, I have actually more cultures. I have Sumerian, Babylonian things. I do have things from Greece, from Italy, from Etruria, from the Roman period as well. And some Byzantine, but then I stop. So globally I go from 3000 BC till 580. And then I know nothing anymore.
It seems so astounding to me always that one could actually own something 5,000 years old, and actually how beautiful these things are. Do you have any preferences or ideas that you really love? Special things?
Yeah, for me is the Greek vases. I love them, and some of the marbles. Oh yeah, they're very beautiful marble sculptures that you go for that. It's such a beauty for the eye. You really get thrilled.
Now, people that might be interested in looking at these objects and maybe even starting a collection, can they just come and visit you and talk about it?
Oh, yeah, every day, if they like to. I'm open every day, Monday to Friday, from 12 till 6. And prices are ranging from, well, let's see, some couple of hundred guilders till 100,000, something like that, but not beyond that.
So, in fact, if someone really wanted to see these things and wanted to actually own them, you can help them.
I'd be glad to.
Mika, thank you very much for being with us today.
You're welcome to.